Hi guys, my name is Mitch King, and I'll be teaching you one method of how to find stocks that have a pretty good chance of moving up after you buy it. This stock is called Walmart, stock symbol in the upper left corner, WMT. These are daily candles. That means it's a daily chart. So each one of these candles represent one day of trading. The way to look for a stock that is likely to continue to move up is, first of all, the stock should be going up first before you consider buying it. That means if this blue SMA, which is a simple moving average, has been trending up before the day that you buy it, that's a pretty good sign that it's likely to continue up, especially if it has good news. The method to be looking for is an earnings release, which occurs once every 3 months or 4 times a year. And the last one we've had here is this date, which is November 19th. I put a blue dot down here because you're looking for a high volume spike, and you're looking for a daily candle that has moved up or gapped up and jumped up, and it's likely that price continues to go up if the earnings were better than expected. And better than expected means that the profits were higher or the expenses were lower, some sort of positive metrics based in the as explained in the press release. So this Walmart stock on this quarter, it gapped up, high volume, price has been going up before. There's another day back in here. You can see it's been trending up. Price went up on the announcement. This is starting over from the beginning. Hi guys, my name is Mitch King. I'm going to be showing you how to be buying and looking for stocks to... Hi guys, my name is Mitch King. I'm going to show you how to find stocks that have a good chance of moving up after you buy it long. This is Walmart. The first thing you want to be doing is looking for a stock such as this one where price has been moving up before you buy it. And as you see from this blue line, which is a simple moving average that you can load onto your chart from any one of your brokerage firms or services that you get your stock charts from, it's been going up for a period of days, and you can see that these candles are a daily each candle represents 1 days of trading. So it's been going up. You can even look back and say, wow, this has been trending up pretty nicely, which Walmart tends to do. I put a blue dot under the day that they announced here on November 19th their profit, and the stock gapped up. And then down here at the bottom, you can see a blue dot I put on here on the volume bars. That's how much daily trading occurred that day, and it's substantially more. Usually it's 30, maybe even 50% more trading than normal average daily volume. So, and I personally bought this at the next day after this at 86.58. I'll put a line on here. That's right in here. So I'm going to put down, I'll put a little wedge here that might help you out right here. That little blue wedge, I bought it at that price, and I only held it for 3 days. I was a little concerned. Okay, so let's go back and see this again happen here on this particular day, which is August 15th, and it is also the last day, the last quarter. This is the last quarter that they had earnings on, and this is the last time that they, so the quarter before that was August 15th. They announced positive earnings better than expected. You see the big volume. I'll put a blue dot on here. and this is the price candle, and it continued to move up. So this price you could have bought the next day after the announcement, $72.70, and we're currently at about just under $95. So that's really good for that period of time. Let's go back, and I'll drag the chart and look back and see how it did with earnings. And there you see it back on the previous quarter. May 16th, you see price gap way up. It clearly must have had positive earnings better than expected. I'll put a blue dot here on the volume bar. That means how much volume trading again. Again, that's the amount of trading that occurred that day. Almost double the average before. So, and that makes sense because how much it gapped up. So you look back in history, if a stock's been doing that it has better than expected earnings and price keeps going up. And that's what I did on this one. Let's go back another quarter and look for it again. We go back to February 20th. We're still in 2024. And this is the price candle where it gapped up quite a bit. And following that, price went up for a period of weeks. You might hold it for maybe only a month or two. That depends on your own personal decisions there. So, and the price continued from $58.30 that you could have purchased it for, and it only went up about 6-7% in the next following couple weeks. But you get the idea of what you're looking for. Now, looking back even further is November 16th. They also announced their earnings, which were better than expected, but they cited a slowdown in purchasing activity in the second half of October. So that concern scares the market and they sold off, and that's what happened here. Very high volume, down volume, the price went down, and this did not have that effect of continuing to move up because that's equivalent of them giving a warning saying, hey, our sales didn't come in as expected as much as we thought, and they're forecasting a slowdown. And that has the opposite effect, so prices go down. And you can get that information because these earnings don't occur during the market. You can get them in the afternoon after the market closes and read their reports and make your decision after that. Let's look at the quarter before that. You got a high volume on August 17th. And this was after the market closed, so your purchase would be right here. And so now we're looking at May 17th, the quarter before. They had a similar type of increase of 5.7%. They beat the expectations, and they gave a guidance update. That means they raised their full year's guidance. They are anticipating continued growth, resilience in the retail sector. They had a couple analysts raise their expectations. So the next day, which is when the first time you could be purchasing this after that announcement, it started going up from about 51.76 and went up about 7.5-8% in the following several weeks. So just to review, number one, buy stocks long that are going up before you buy. And the SMA, which you would install on your daily chart, is the simple moving average, which I am showing in my chart on a blue thin line, and that has been trending up before you buy and before that announcement. The second item is to look for high volume on the day of the announcement and price gapped up the next day before you buy. And number three, check that earnings were better than expected by the analysts and that the company, in this case Walmart, gave no negative guidance in their future quarter that there's a problem going to happen. Now here's an example of earnings for Apple Computer that did not have the volume spike and it dropped down, or it gapped down to the next day. So this is the day that they release earnings after the market closes, and on a down candle, the close is at the bottom of this red candlestick. So the beginning of the next day, which is right here, is where you would have been able to purchase it. Now in this case, Apple said that they were cautious on the holiday outlook last October 2000, this year's August, on this year's October 31st, 2024, they said they were cautious on holiday outlook as it starts out its AI, which is artificial intelligence rollout. But in this case, if it gapped down, don't buy it the next day. Just give it a few days, 3-4 days, and see if it moved up, which it did. And you really want to get confirmation price is moving up and there are buyers in the market before you start going long. So just to review, in this case, Apple gave a cautious outlook on October 31st, 2024 earnings, and they were worried or a little concerned or cautious about the artificial intelligence rollout, and after modest growth in their iPhone sales, there was a little nervousness. So it sold off overnight and in the next morning before the market opened, and at the little wedge right there is where it opened on the day after the earnings. Most of these tech companies or large companies give their earnings on a Thursday after the market closes, after a calendar quarter. Calendar quarter is January, February, and March. So March 31st at the end of the quarter, and then 2 to 3 weeks later, on a Thursday afternoon, they'll give out their full audited results on their financial statements. And that's what you're seeing on these days I've been showing you. So hopefully these rules help you, and good luck. And this is a good method for buying and holding for a period of weeks to months. Anywhere from a period of several weeks to it could be several months that you hold that stock or longer.